In the later part of the Middle Ages, the great cities of Europe were thriving. It was a good time for the makers of letters and the painters of pictures. The elaborate books with their beautiful illustrations that were made then now tell us about those times. These were the great days of handwritten books, and they were precious. It took many tiring hours of work by a team of craftsmen, scribes, illuminators, and bookbinders to make one single book. So it's not surprising that a book became an extremely valuable possession. Many medieval book owners chained up their books to keep them safe. The cost of a book was high. At the end of the 15th century, you'd have had to pay as much as a half a dozen geese or 2 pairs of shoes for a single page. It took a team of craftsmen to make these treasured objects. The pages were made from sheets of sheepskin or scraped calfskin. This vellum was prepared by the parchmenter. The text would be written out by the scribe. Red letters and headings were the job of the rubricator. Decoration and gold would be added by the nimner or illuminator. If there was a musical score, the notes would be drawn by the notor. But to begin with, it was a job for the apprentice. He had to make straight lines to write on. The first thing you would do after scraping the skins is take a tool with a sharp point and prick through several thicknesses of vellum at once. This was so that the lines of script would match up from page to page. If you look at the back of the page, you will see that the person drawing the guidelines has pressed down quite hard so that you can see them on the other side of the page, where the writing is. In this way, you don't have to have lines of ink getting in the way of the letters and drawings. For every 3 scribes there was, in well-organized scriptoriums, at least one person whose job it was to check the work full-time. If you look closely at most manuscripts, you can see places where mistakes have been made and then scratched out. Some scribes would draw arrows pointing to a place where a word was missing. Here's an example of a whole paragraph that was accidentally left out. The scribe wrote it at the bottom of the page and drew an elaborate box around it. He then added a team of cartoon men with ropes and pulleys who seemed to be dragging the little box with the missing paragraph in it up to where it belongs in the book.